Hi and welcome to the Art of Tarot. My name is Stephanie and this is a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Mars for June 2021. Thank you for being here. I work with Western astrology, I work with the tarot cards, I work with oracle cards. In the beginning of the reading, I go through general energies that you can apply to all life situations, and in the second part of the reading, I go into a love situation, relationship situation. If you're not having a person in mind right now, this can also be energies that you are drawing in or cycles that you want to work through, old topics that you want to work through that come up again when it comes to the relationship area. And it can also be a conflict within yourself. So just if you don't want a love reading necessarily, then you can also use that to work on yourself when it comes to relationships in general. All right, so let's look at the cards, dear Taurus. We do have a lot of things going on in June here. We are coming out of, or we're in the middle of eclipse season. We're coming out of the full moon in Sagittarius, and now we're stepping into the new moon in Gemini on June 10th. So that means really new big cycles that are starting, endings, beginnings that are much more profound than just the regular new full moon cycles. You're really inviting in something new with the new moon in Gemini, or you want to think about what you want to invite in, especially in the house where Gemini is in your chart. So if you know that, then that's a good indicator of what area in your life needs a new beginning, needs a new clean slate where you can really invite in, envision things. We also have, which is interesting for you, I think, and important for you to mention, square again with Saturn and Uranus. Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius and Uranus is in your sign. So there might be also a topic coming up again that you already know. I don't think it's anything new because we had this exact square happening already in the last couple of months. So this is something where you might feel like, oh, again, really? But yeah, the planets are like, yeah, again, really. So don't feel like you've done something wrong, or there's just something more to learn from this, to gain from this, looking at those situations and topics again. Alrighty, let's look at the cards. So I think you are coming into this month with a new understanding of what is real and what is not real, what is only in your head, what is very much not in your head. So it's a card of disillusionment for me, the Seven of Cups when it's in reverse, but at the same time that's not a bad thing necessarily, because you gain more clearness. You're more clear of what you don't want mostly, and if you know what we don't want, we kind of also know what we want. That indicates that, so you're getting, I think, a clearer picture of what you want. Maybe when it comes to love, but in general when it comes to what is emotionally fulfilling for you, maybe you came out of a phase where like, well, I want all of those things, and then now there's a realization I don't actually, that's just wishful thinking in not a good way, where I feel like this is not really nurturing me, it's not really doing anything for my emotional well-being. So yeah, it's a good thing when the Seven of Cups come out in reverse for me. I always like that because it just gets you more emotional calmness and not so much confusion emotionally. So in the middle of the month, still I feel like there is some, I don't know, in general, this is not necessarily so much Taurus energy, but in general, there's a little bit of a feeling of impatience here. So with the Two of Pentacles, I feel like this could be really indicating the square on June 14th, where it's going exact. Maybe there's a feeling for you where you think, well, I thought now that I'm going into this more stable direction and building this new path for myself, or really took this chance and walked in to this new path, and now I kind of don't know how to juggle all the things that are coming up. Maybe you have to juggle more responsibilities and you feel like, oh, I've been here before, and why is this not working again? Why is it so unclear how to move forward? Why does it feel like I can just not manifest this new path that I was because you stepped into an Ace of Pentacles here, and then it's a Two Pentacles. So I think you stepped into something that you're convinced of and that you want to invest in, and now it's like, oh, how do I do this? It's difficult, it's new. Maybe it's not as easy as you wish it was. Don't get discouraged by this, I think, because this month is a lot about, on one hand, like, okay, how do I feel less confused? But at the same time, it's like, well, still things are not 100% clear and I don't have all the answers. And that's fine, you know, it's just that kind of a month. Also, we have a Mercury retrograde that I think I didn't even mention. So there is definitely unclear situations, especially when it comes to information, to learning, to communication. So by the middle of the month, I think it is really about that square that makes it a little hard to really step into this, or to keep going this new direction without hiccups. But I think it's just showing you, like, it's not supposed to be without hiccups, you know, that's not. And especially in the beginning, where you're like not really familiar with this new sort of way of doing things. The Ace of Swords in the reverse in the end of the month, I feel like it kind of, I don't know why, but my body is tensing up a little bit. So I think there was just in general tension for you this month, for the second part of the month, where you still feel like, well, so what do I gain from this? What do I get from this? I don't understand why this is happening. The Ace of Swords in reverse, I think, is also saying answers are coming. You don't see them yet. I think in July they will be coming, and you don't have to have all the answers yet as well. You don't have to have the full absolute truth, which is an illusion anyway, you know, an absolute truth. There is really nothing that is an absolute truth, in my opinion. That's just like my worldview of things. But yeah, I think you're maybe looking for a clearer breakthrough when it comes to understanding of this particular situation and path, and it's not there yet. But it's also saying to you, the tarot is saying it's okay that it's not there yet, and you don't have to see and understand everything fully and rationalize everything right now, because it might just not be the way to go right now. By the end of the month. And it's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to not have a clear idea on how to move forward. It's okay to not have a super clear understanding of what actually happened. It's okay. Don't force it and don't rationalize, you know, because then don't build a false truth. Is also the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's like, just because you don't have all the information, you feel like you don't get to you cannot cut through all the unclarity. Doesn't mean you have to make up something, you know, not making up in a sense of lying, but rationalize so long that you have some kind of put together answer that you don't know how you build it anymore. You know, when somebody's asking you, but how did you come to that conclusion? You're like, wait a second, how did I actually come to that conclusion? You know what I mean? When our mind is just like playing tricks on us often, and we think we have all the answers, but we actually don't. So just make sure that you're not you don't have to, just know you don't have to. Nobody is asking you to. And you don't have to have all the answers ready. And it's also okay to say, I don't have all the answers ready. I just don't. Nobody's gonna. The people who have a problem with that should not concern you at this point. I know it's a very weird thing to say, but it's just what I hear. Okay, love situation. I don't know why your reading is so hyper. Also the German reading was also very hyper energy. Okay, the Hierophant. This is your card, Grandmaster. On your side, there's a Taurus sign, as you can see. Well, in this connection, I feel like you are kind of done committing to this, or you don't want to put anything long-term into this, or you feel like, well, spiritually, this is just not aligned with my truth and with my beliefs. So as I said, you know what you don't want, I think, here with this Seven of Cups, and you're like looking at this and you're like, oh, there's all the things that I know that I don't want. For example, maybe a person who is not very open to trying out new things, who has no necessarily no understanding of taking a healthy risk or something, or maybe you don't want somebody who is naive. That's also the Fool of Swords. I wanted to say the Fool in reverse. But in general, it's like this person is not really taking not approaching a new cycle with you. I think they're holding back, standing back. They might also not see your full self. You might not show them either. So with the Grandmaster in reverse, I think you might not show them the full spectrum of who you are, or what you think, or what you believe in right now. So I think they've decided to move on from this, honestly. I think they've decided, okay, it's time. This was good, I put a lot of emotion in this, but it's time for me to move on to something more fitting for myself. And I have a feeling maybe you are even going into their direction once more. I don't know, it's weird. I feel like there will be some sort of interaction that will be shocking to this person maybe. So they have a sudden realization. Or they did not see something coming. Maybe they did also not see it coming that you're not investing in this anymore. Could be also the case. But I don't think they're either. So they are really having this a little bit of a surprising realization here with the Tower moment, an awakening. Oh yeah, okay, I am on the right path away from this person. And that's not for you to take it personally. It's just for them to... I feel like this is just not resonating anymore, you know, even though, so this connection, even though you both, I think, learned a lot from this. Maybe you also have been through a lot together, or you've made a lot of experiences about yourself, about the other person. It helped you grow, it helped you experience, it helped you find inner truth. So this connection, I think, meant something. And there was a lot of ego involved also, where you both kind of learned from the other about yourself and about your ego and about what you want. And that's a very valuable lesson, you know, even though it might have bruised you a little bit, because the Nine of Wands is like also a card where you can come out with some bruises, but it made you stronger. It's really that card that's like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I know it's crazy to say with a relationship, but there is connections like that, you know, where you go in for the fight, or for sparring, or for looking at how much you can take, or, you know, just learning more about another personality type or whatever. So I feel like there is a lot of there was a lot of sexual energy as well with the Nine of Wands, probably. Yeah. So again, we have this card coming out on your side, and it was, I think, we have this flattery. This person was probably very flirty and flattering and good with communication and flirting and telling you all the right things, and hey, hi beautiful, how are you, stuff like that, you know. That's like all Venus in Gemini. Oh man, that's fun. maybe even this is a connection that was happening last month, because that's when Venus was actually in Gemini in May. Yeah. Careful with Venus and Gemini people. They can tell you everything you want to hear. No, but it's fun, you know, it's flirty and fun, and I think this person was just probably just a treat when it came to words and when it came to conversations and stuff. So yeah, it's a nice thing, you know. That doesn't mean that it has to be the person for you. Sun in Pisces, vision. So the sun in Pisces, that means you're really now starting to dream big again. Dream and envision what you want in a relationship. When you put this card down, then you see the eyes looking into the other direction, not into the direction of this person. So I feel like you're also trying to really visualize what is right for you, what you want to dream up when it comes to relationships, so you can actually starting to manifest some of that, you know. And I think this is the time to do that. This is the time to really let yourself dream. Let yourself dream, and dream big, because dreaming, you don't have to restrict yourself when it comes to dreaming. So dream big. Love it. So a advice for you that came out is listening. I activate my receptive side and become an engaged, intuitive, professional, great listener. Supercharged listening gives me the ability to not only hear the words others are saying, but also to perceive the emotions hiding between their words. Armed with this knowledge, I'll be in a great position to give them exactly what they need, or if I prefer, to dominate the planet. It's a funny card. So yeah, this month, for one reason or another, you know, in general, this is just a good advice for you to listen carefully and know more, therefore. All right, so dear Taurus, this was a fun reading. I hope this is helpful to you. And I hope you have a great June, a great summer. Thank you for being here. Like, subscribe, comment, and share if you want to share those videos. And I can't wait to talk to you again soon. Bye.